spell.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be a little bit before we get the big games like Prime 4 and next Mario, Zelda, all that stuff.
You know what's so stupid?
I thought they were gonna do like maybe Breath of the Wild 2 this year. Obviously that's not happening, but
yeah,
I think they're just gonna sit back and chill while everybody else brings out the news.
Yeah.
So I have a confession to make.
What?
My earlier introduction, apparently I'm so used to streaming to Twitch that I forget YouTube. You have to press the go live button.
Yeah.
And I never pressed it. You what?
On the classic one, you don't have to do that. I'm using classic.
Yeah. I mean, it's better. It's better to have a go live button. I just forgot to press it. But okay, now we're live to people, I guess.
Hello.
Yeah. Massive reintroductions again, but just basically, we're live. We're about to watch Series X gameplay. Next gen gameplay specifically, but I'm with Low-Key Matt and Quest Mode.
Yeah, yep.
Who are both from the Smash tourney, and we also, patrons will recognize them from a PS5 podcast we did. But excited to watch this with you guys.
Yeah, me too. It's kind of the official kickoff for next gen.
Yeah, me too. Xbox is now one with the Force. Why?
They are.
What does that mean?
They're one with the transparency force. That's what their number was.
Yep.
Trans fucking parency. Sorry for swearing, but I gotta say it.
Yeah. I wonder if they're gonna reveal anything about the hardware specifically in this. I don't think so, but I think it would be.
No, they're done talking about hardware. They're freaking done.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope this is all gameplay. I mean,
yeah, that's what everyone wants to see.
Well, that's what the title this is tune in for premiere of Series X gameplay. So
at least they were open about like what exactly it is, unlike PlayStation, because I don't think they ever said that was their GDC presentation.
Yeah.
What
no,
that
I
was.
don't think so. I think everybody just assumed.
Yeah. The original tweet they sent out, I thought they meant like, oh, Mark Cerny's gonna go into the hardware and kind of show what the games do with the hardware, but nope.
They had that Spider-Man demo that leaked so long ago. Like, if that's
but it was a leak, and it was through a camera.
And that's just a PS4 game, not even PS5 game.
Yeah. And maybe that's why they didn't show it. But I thought I would have been more interested in that than what.
So we haven't seen a single PS5 gameplay.
No, but this is the next closest thing, like, because I wasn't live when I said this, but again, like, this is our first look, not just a Series X gameplay, but this is third parties, and what we can somewhat expect on both systems, at least hopefully.
Yeah. Microsoft is going to be the next Sega. No,
so I have a Discord question, and I feel like Matt, you would probably be the only one to know this. Is there like, I know there's like hotkeys to mute yourself or something and deafen and stuff. If need be, is that a thing?
I can get pretty hype. So if that's something you need to do, then
no, and like me too. But like that's why I'm like just curious. Like I know like
it's nothing to me, you know.
No. I mean like just instruction wise, is that because I mean like hotkeys. Like I know when I press tab, that's how I mute myself or something.
I don't have any hotkeys assigned to this.
Okay.
I don't use it as much as other people.
Let's see. Keybinds. I have a question for everybody, you guys and people that are watching us and stuff. If we're seeing gameplay of the Series X right now, what would you want to see, like, most displayed? Like it's in my opinion, we're not really gonna notice a big massive difference. I hope we do, but I'm not gonna expect it. But if there was something to really impress you, what do you think that would be?
Technically speaking, right? Or
yeah, just it could be graphics, it could be AIs, it could be scale, it could be design, it could be facial, whatever. Like just whatever.
Maybe some like physics kind of thing. Simple physics going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, it would be like, I mean, I feel like they do this every time they show a new game that's supposed to be like, you know, really advanced. But if they show actual gameplay and it legit looks like cinematics, and they're like, no,
Yeah.
this is gameplay. That would be reassuring. At the same time, I think
Oh, that'd be so
sick.
do that.
Yeah, just like Ubisoft does every time.
Yeah, but since this is next gen and you know it's not a PlayStation 4 or Xbox One game, that would be reassuring. The other thing for me is, so like if I have 4K, I'm good. I don't need anything higher than that, and I figure that hopefully is a given. But if they're like, we can get things going at like 120 frames per second instead of 60, that would be interesting.
Xbox said they're doing 4K 120, so.
Yeah. Well, it'll depend on the studio, I guess, but. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about the Lockhart thing. The smaller, less expensive console.
Ooh.
I don't think that's gonna be here though.
I don't think so either. It could. I don't think so. I do see somebody here. There's a couple of people saying like really great load time, and I feel like we've already seen a demonstration of what the load times could be. So.
Yeah,
I think I'll be.
Yeah,
good with
that would be cool. I feel like that's still more of the hard. That's like if they have a hardware discussion, that's where they would bring that up. Like I think if Xbox wants to get people super hyped, they're just gonna let the third parties be like, "Here's our game. Here's what it looks like. Here's what it plays like," and then move on to the next.
Now, load times, I would regarding that. I think it'd be cool to see like, maybe a situation that demonstrates how fast assets load.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. Like, just no, I'm not sure how they would demonstrate that, but just like, you know how like you play Kingdom Hearts 3 and you go from one spot of the map to the other and there's like that graphic and then you go out. Like, no, it's just all continuous. It just all keeps going and going and going.
Yeah.
That could be a demonstration.
Yeah.
Or like, so when I was making my Cyberpunk video, one of the things that they talk about in that game is that there are no load times, but there are definitely elevators. And so that's going to be interesting to see if that's still you still need to go. I mean, obviously in that game it's going to be like that's built for this gen, so that won't change. But in future games, will those kind of like loading devices still be there? Or like in God of War, where you had to like go from in those crevices and you like kind of shimmy through this area, and you know that the game's loading, but that's how they get around the loading screens. I wonder if that's going to just go away or what.
All right.
There's another thing. There's a couple things I'm seeing from mine that are bringing up AIs and NPCs like Dotpod and Simon. That's what I personally am the most excited about. I want to see like lots of people in this town and they're all moving in unique ways, or a bigger scale battle. You know, like I thought this could happen if for some reason EA shows up with a new Battlefield here. I don't think that's going to happen. But if they did, yeah, if they did, I'm just saying like, that would be a demonstration. Like, look at all the freaking people. Those are real enemies or what? Like,
oh my gosh.
We actually could see that in Assassin's Creed, because I know in Odyssey they had those, those battles. I can't remember what they were called, but you know, if they have that, I'm sure they'll have that in Valhalla, I imagine.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah, because Odyssey had some pretty big battles, I believe. I didn't play it, but I just saw some snippets of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely did.
Yeah. As much as 2000. Yes. It's funny because the hardware of this thing, $2,000 PC basically.
Yeah.
One more minute.
From the way they did the reveal, like how they took it apart and stuff, that's making me think that it might be like expandable, customizable, something like that. That's kind of like a theory. I don't think so. That'd be cool.
It'd be cool, but I wouldn't. That's why I am a console gamer, is because I just don't want to mess with it. Just give me the box and I'll take it to my TV.
You don't have to. It's just like an option there. You know?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, you guys at like yeah, I was gonna say, what are your seconds at?
I'm at 15.
Yeah. Yep.
14,
we're all in sync
13.
then. Okay.
Yep. Here we go.
You guys are a little ahead of me, but it's good.
Cyberpunk will have a bunch of NPCs. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Cyberpunk's gonna be here too.
Yeah, I think Cyberpunk will. Well, Cyberpunk has their own event next month though, so I don't know.
I'm hoping for Avengers too. That would be cool.
Here we go.
Okay. Sorry.
Peggy 18.
Peggy.
Cyberpunk.
Peggy 18.
I think I'm just rooting for Elden Ring, to be honest.
All right.
I want to see that.
is Aaron Greenberg from
Oh, they are doing it like this. Okay.
Coming to you here live from my kitchen. I'm drinking nonstop.
The freaking fridge.
That's
Oh
awesome.
my
That
God.
fridge looks like an Xbox.
That's amazing.
A lot of people have been wondering, what are we doing this summer? Well, we're not taking the summer off. We're working hard. Teams cannot wait to deliver
Kinda
new
looks like he's
games,
against
new
a green
reveals,
screen.
new news for you.
Well, that's what he is.
Time to get hyped.
Yeah, he
You're gonna
is.
see today
Looks like he's on Zoom.
First ever Xbox Series X gameplay from our partners around the world. Damon Baker and Sarah Bond, who lead our partnership team, have brought some of the best developers and creative teams to the table. They're going to be joined by Jeff, Katarina, and Mike. Team Xbox coming in strong. It's an exciting day. We know fans
Where's
are waiting for this,
Mr.
but also we know you're wondering
Phil?
what's going on with
Where's he
Xbox
at?
Game Studios.
No.
You guys have 15
Maybe at the
great
end.
teams
Maybe
now
at the end.
around the world.
Yeah.
You blew us away
Maybe.
at X19. You blew us away at the Game Awards with Hellblade 2. We know you've got more. Of course we do. And with that, I want to welcome the head of Xbox Game Studios, Matt Booty, to tell us a little more.
Yay!
The
Hi,
Booty.
booty is back.
I want to start by saying that our first concern is really with the safety of our teams and, of course, their families. And that's why they are all working from home right now, whether it's in Sweden, the UK, Canada, or the US. And I've really been impressed with the ingenuity and the creativity that they've shown to get around some of the challenges of working from home and to keep
Josh,
production
we know.
moving forward
Yeah.
on our great
I feel like
lineup of
they don't
games.
need to do this
And
on
so,
the presentation
we're
today.
excited that we will begin unveiling gameplay from our studios starting in July, including some from our newer studios like Double
Wait.
Fine, Ninja Theory,
Oh,
and
okay.
Obsidian.
First party.
Whoa, Matt.
Okay.
It feels like we might have left some off the list there.
Yeah, and
July.
also 343 and Halo.
That's right. It's time to get hyped. Halo's coming. Halo Infinite. You've been waiting. The world's most anticipated game.
this
July. Mark your calendars. Xbox Game Studios. We've got teams around the world that are working on big surprises, big reveals for you. I could not be more excited. I can tell you we're going to work every week between now and then to deliver for our fans. But today we're going to put the spotlight on our partners and let them shine and show you what Xbox Series X gameplay look like. Let's have a go.
I want to see those first
Here we
parties,
go,
though. I really
baby.
do.
I'm so excited.
Okay, people keep saying this is the opening logo, but unless they said that, I don't.
I don't think they did. People are just assuming. It looks good.
Yeah.
First look at Series X gameplay, finally. So,
Dude, every game
I'm
I'm about to
so
see is being
happy.
optimized for Series X.
every game you're about to see is being optimized for Series X. Optimized for Series X. Why isn't it built for Series X?
No, right.
Because they're all coming to like,
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, hold on.
Hey,
hold on.
hey. Whoa! Look at
Studio Produce?
Yo!
This, hold on. This ain't,
Okay, I'm already impressed.
I mean,
I'm already impressed, though.
I wish we were watching a Twitch stream because then it could be more clear, you know?
I am watching a Twitch stream.
I know, but no, I mean, for it to be like completely.
It looks good. What is this?
This is a,
The motions, the animations are good, but.
yeah. It
What
looks
the
like
frick is?
like,
What is this game? What?
It is a, it's something.
It's a shooter ninja. What the hell is this?
I don't know, man.
Like,
Crazy.
I for a second thought it was like Crisis 4, like, but it's not.
well, they are coming out. They are re-releasing Crisis, so.
Yeah.
Whoa, and we got a DeLorean? Okay.
Watch.
Something like
watch. This is
to
part
the
of
Future.
Cyberpunk. This is part of Cyberpunk 2077.
Okay. Oh, this has to be that. Yeah, sure.
No, I don't think I'm right. I'm like.
Well, it said Playism. That's right. I forgot. It's Bright Memory.
Memory Infinite.
Infinite. So we got
Halo
two Infinites
Infinite.
going on now.
Yeah.
What you just witnessed was Bright Memory
in the
Infinite
Halo
from
expanded
Playism,
universe.
created from the ground up by a single individual at FYQD Studio in China. Developers are using the hardware to achieve their dreams and their nightmares in amazing ways, using the power to optimize their games the way they want. You know, higher resolutions, crazy frame rates, ray tracing, and yes, faster in-game load times. But it's also awesome to see the partner support for smart delivery. ensuring that fans only have to purchase the game once to enjoy it on whichever Xbox system they own or will own in the future. So, over the next 25 minutes, we're going to debut just a slice of the amazing next-gen games you can expect from our partners this holiday and early next year.
Man.
And because we read the interwebs, everything you see here will highlight the in-game
I
experience.
read the interwebs.
With actual gameplay captured in-engine to give you the best sense of what to expect when Xbox Series X launches later this year.
Did they say
So,
one guy made this?
Sit back,
Somebody in my chat said that.
relax, and enjoy
they just
the
said
following
that.
dream
What?
being powered by X.
Yeah, I hope it's not like a No Man's Sky thing where I don't know.
This is what happens when I'm multitasking. I miss certain words. That's insane.
Yeah, one day.
No, this ain't
So it's
Forza.
Wait. Are you sure?
I think they showed a trailer for this morning. It's Heat or something.
Heat. Oh, Codemasters. Of course, you gotta have the racing game.
So I can tell you can play this game at 120 frames per second. I can already tell. This
Yeah,
is one
oh
of
yeah.
those games that
Yeah.
I mean, actually, compared to Forza, this actually doesn't look all that impressive.
Racing games are always like the tech demos. Because
yeah, oh
they're,
they
like, the
are
easiest to
totally.
run.
I knew 100% we were gonna see a racing game of some kind during
Yeah.
this. Look at the time lapse.
Yeah. I like the water physics going on though.
Yeah. Oh, dirt.
Oh, dirt. Dirt.
Oh.
That's been a loss. I've heard of that.
Same. Uh-oh. EBB
Oh,
software.
EBB. Got Ebb.
Who dat?
I don't know.
Yeah, I've never heard of
Oh, got a skull. What the? Oh, what is this? Xbox
Oh,
Game Pass.
Xbox Game
Oh
Pass.
my goodness.
Is this
Oh, what the heck?
is this a
We got
second party
Voldemort
deal?
looking- Got a Voldemort looking. Bro, is this Alien?
it. It looks
No,
like
Bro.
Wait,
Why did
wait,
you
is this Doom?
Why did you say that? It actually looks like it.
Because it's
This
kinda
looks like
art style, man.
Prometheus.
Yeah.
it's
Wait,
got
is
that-
this
that
Alien?
H.R. Geiger or whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, this is
Oh, wait.
wait. Attack on Titan? Just kidding.
Is this?
Dude, this is totally Alien.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Or yeah, it's.
Prometheus?
I mean, it looks a
Something
lot
something
like,
in that universe.
What?
Totally.
What in the world is this guy doing? He
Dude.
getting self action.
Okay, now this seems like a cinematic, but then again, is it? Like, I don't know. Is this an
I
engine
don't
or
know
what?
either. I think this is this looks an engine.
I think the.
Oh,
the
we got a
trailer
person
started
under
with-
that.
The trailer started with saying
Oh.
it was an engine, so
Okay.
Okay.
it
What
looks
the-
really good.
Oh, look at that. It's like a. Is this that looks like Flood?
I was
Okay.
gonna say.
It's this. What
Dude,
in the
I don't think
world is this?
what?
I am so curious. This has to be something already existing. They're spending a
Maybe
long time
not.
on it. I don't know.
It's
What
an
in
eye,
the world? Freaking.
bro.
What is? Oh, Scorn. Very interesting looking game now.
Very, very.
HR
I'm not-
Geigery. World premiere. Ooh.
I'm not touching
Already,
that game.
okay.
I'll tell you what. I'm not touching that. I feel like it's gonna scare me. Game and console development,
Game
footage
and
representative of expected gameplay.
Expected. Deep Silver. Smart delivery.
We have overcome.
Oh.
Now we live in an age of unprecedented peace.
Oh my goodness.
We have prevailed.
Holy crap. In space.
Yeah.
Control in
Space. Control in space.
Yeah.
Of our righteousness. It is in her honor that we strive for chorus.
Huh.
This ends with us.
Corvus.
Rise as one. Okay.
It looks like Control in space.
I mean, that's another one of those. We're legitimately getting trailers. I don't know about you guys, but I kind of want it. I knew it. See, I told you. I was telling people there would for sure be a sports game.
Well,
understandably though, understandably.
I would hope that they do something.
I hope all of y'all been staying home, staying safe, and playing a ton of video games together. But hey, I'm here because I have a privilege of telling you this. Madden 21 is coming to Xbox Series X, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. It's been a journey that's older than me, and I was lucky enough to be a part of it this year. Like they say, you have to know where you've been to know where you're about to go.
Okay.
Next gen sports games.
Oh, look at this. Oh, okay.
That's some next gen looking graphics.
Look
there.
at this.
Holy crap.
Oh yeah.
That's some.
Whew. I hope they build it up like this though. Come on, do it.
All right.
Take you back.
This got to be something good.
They said this is for Madden 21, 22?
Yeah.
21, yeah.
Which I'm glad they're released. I'm not a big sports fan,
Yeah.
but I am glad they're
No. Oh, hello.
Oh, hey.
The facial expression was pretty blank. I looked at that for a second. I'm paying hardcore attention to detail in this entire presentation.
And that's it.
And the game isn't just about what you can see, it's about what you can feel.
Oh,
see, I was expecting that. This is whatever they show live action. I'm like, let that be the gameplay.
I'm looking forward to it, and honestly, I'm ready to just get back on the field. Enjoy the rest of the show, and get ready to feel next level with EA Sports.
You know, I've just noticed that all of these games look like the graphics tech demos that came with like NVIDIA graphics cards like back in the day.
Xbox Series X.
Yeah.
Awesome.
They all kind of look like that.
So my name is Sarah Bond, and I lead partnerships for Xbox, which means I get to work with the thousands of developers and creators around the globe that are creating games on, with, and for Microsoft
other than
platforms.
that dirt trailer, it seems
I
like we've
just
seen
love my job because it's all
cinematics.
about connecting creators
Stay
and
tuned for
publishers
Assassin's
with our
Creed.
fans around something that they
Well, it's gonna be
love.
last, you know it.
Games.
Yeah.
And boy, have they been busy. They are creating right now games that are going to define the generation, experiences that are just going to blow your mind away. And I am thrilled to share with you that every major publisher worldwide is developing for Xbox. And we
No
already
surprise
have
there.
hundreds of games
We're Square
coming to
Enix there.
Xbox Series X in 2021. The support, it has just been
Sega,
tremendous,
Roblox.
guys. I have never seen partners as excited about Xbox and Xbox Series X as they are right now. So why don't we take a look and see more of the great games that they have been working on.
Please.
So I don't know about you guys, but like I really wanted to see like kind of almost 5-minute long
Yeah,
looks
that's what
at
I was
things.
wanting to see too.
deep dive.
Like I don't mind to see like trailers is kind of like what I expect at other
What
spots.
in the world is this?
Is this the studio? What the studio that they? Yeah.
No, this isn't We Happy Few, if that's what you're thinking.
Yeah. I forget the name of that studio, but.
Nothing here is from their first parties.
Oh, that's right.
All right.
Is it just me or is that who's the guy that played Mark Zuckerberg from Facebook? Jesse Eisenberg. Yeah, it looks like it.
Oh.
You play as a freaking murderer.
Holy crap.
Bye-bye now.
Okay.
I don't know what we're... Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like this is just all about playing as the most terrible people or something.
Yeah.
Is this Vampire
Yeah.
Masquerade?
Oh, is this that?
No.
Wait, no.
Me?
I
Dude,
think so.
he might be right.
Night Falls.
He might be right. Yeah, he
Yep.
might be right.
There you go. Okay.
Nice call, Josh.
Yeah,
But I think it's actually maybe a different... Something new, maybe.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't think we've seen this gameplay before,
Oh, yep.
Vampire.
The Masquerade.
Bloodlines 2.
Yo.
I do think that
All
game
right.
is cool. Some of the graphics didn't look as impressive as I would have hoped.
World
Yeah, I agree. The graphics so far aren't necessarily impressing me. Which I didn't expect them to.
Harry.
I do think the gameplay on that.
What have you
Out
done?
of the blue. Raw Fury.
Oh, there we go. I like this.
Alright.
How strange that your trail ends here.
It's a Bevern.
Very
Oh, so good.
island of
Okay.
my dreams.
Lights went off.
When you left,
Everyone's dancing with each other.
I was withering away.
This looks good.
But here, on this extraordinary isle, I dare say I've found my strength again. I'm scared of what it means. I feel the call of something deep within. Whispers of things long
Really?
forgotten.
Yeah, visually this one's...
Will we
I'm
be
liking it.
forgotten too?
Yeah.
What did you find here, Harry?
Call of the
Let's see.
Sea. Alright.
You know, it's interesting. I just now realized they had that optimized for Series X logo on all these.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Because
like
they're all coming
saw
in
it,
one,
but
two.
right.
Oh. Hello.
Curve.
This
Curve
is,
Digital.
or was, the Ascent Group main metropolis. Like you, most people
What does it
have
mean by
contracted
smart
their entire
delivery?
lives away to get here.
So you
So-
can buy the game on Xbox One, and it will automatically update to the Xbox Series X.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you basically don't
Okay.
have to buy the game twice. It'll automatically upgrade for whatever system you have.
Okay. Gotcha.
Which is dope.
This looks like Cyberpunk, but it isn't.
Yeah.
The Ascent Group has collapsed. We have a shot at true independence.
Now,
Go to waste.
this seems like it's
Oh,
okay.
it's
I was gonna say this looks like it's cinematics, but it's not. It's totally an engine kind of a thing. Yeah. This is good. I like this. This looks
Yeah.
good. There's a lot of detail in this one.
Look at this.
Dude, look at the lighting in the background.
Yeah.
The blooms? The blooms
Yeah,
are really
lighting-
good.
The lighting they're getting down really cool in this, I've noticed.
Yeah, this one I love the blooms. That fucking floor is good. Sorry, I'm just
Yeah.
like...
The
yeah, this one's
floor.
good. The floor.
The ascent.
The
This
ascent.
floor is floor.
I'm like impressed with the floor.
Yeah.
That one was good. I thought that one was good. Demonstration.
Like futuristic Diablo.
Hello. Okay, someone's pregnant. Huh.
This is good.
Crying. Oh no.
See, it's so frustrating because I want to know, like,
They're teasing
I don't want
it.
to.
They're teasing
I don't
it
want
up.
to see exactly. I don't want to see a cinematic teaser. I want to see nothing but in-engine stuff. And if this is an engine, this is phenomenal.
Yeah,
if this is like
yeah.
cutscenes, but it seems like this is a cinematic.
Yeah. Huh.
In-engine cinematic, does that count? It's definitely well.
Josh, FYI, you're pretty quiet. I
Yeah.
think.
You get closer to
Yeah.
the mic.
The
Is that any
medium.
better?
The medium.
Yes, that is. Thank you.
Yeah.
See. Okay.
We got
I was about to say
What's
she's
that?
going to hell or something. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Hi.
Got a launch title.
Hope you
or
enjoyed the
whatever.
reveal of the
I'm
medium.
assuming anything
Our
that says
next-gen
Holiday 2020
psychological
is a
horror
launch
game.
title.
We're very excited
Yeah.
to announce
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
we're working on the project in cooperation with Akira Yamaoka, the legendary composer best known for the Silent Hill series.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
More to reveal soon.
Hey.
So stay tuned.
All right. Now we got.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Okay. It was the trees for a second.
Getting some, like,
Here we go. Thank you. This is what I want to see. Just focus on this
some
stuff.
Silent Hill vibes here.
Okay. I didn't care for her facial animation, but the environments are stellar.
Yeah.
I'm being like insanely critical of the looks of everything.
World premiere. I love how they introduce the world premieres. They're always so fun.
It's the Game Awards.
Oh. Yeah. Got anime something.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, Bandai. I just realized there's Asian writing. Why did I see that?
Yeah.
I just like see Bandai Namco, and I'm like, oh yeah, it is anime.
Yeah. I saw the anime billboards and I'm like, okay. Hello. What in the world? Flowers?
The other... You should learn to never be surprised by anything anime.
I know. I'm not an anime guy, so. It is a horse.
They cannot be stopped. Okay, so these things... The audio mixing in this one is a little bit quiet. I don't know.
I'm Yuito Sumeragi.
Oh, getting astral chain vibes.
Same.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, completely.
Which is not a bad thing. I love that game.
This looks cool.
Ooh. I'm very interested.
Best girl. Okay. Welcome to the OSF. What does that stand for, I wonder? Yeah, this is giving Astral Chain vibes, but plants.
Yeah, and much better looking.
Yeah, I was gonna say, looking-wise, this is better. Yeah.
Yeah. Fighting flora and fauna. Ah, that's interesting. Like The Last of Us or something.
I dig it.
Scarlet Nexus.
I dig it.
Yeah, I dig it too.
I want to know more, but yeah. I already see somebody saying, I already see like 3 people in my chat. I want this.
I want that too. Oh, hello.
Everything changed when the Plant Nation attacked. Okay, what are we doing?
Yeah. Plant bending. Got a shooter.
Avalanche.
Avalanche. I don't know what they make. What did they make?
Were they? Did
Mad Max and
okay.
They didn't do Tomb Raider, did they?
Here? Got a it's like Ark Survival.
Dinosaurs. I'm down for dinosaurs.
Dude, I'm super down for dinosaurs.
It's a multiplayer
Watch.
game. Okay.
Was there Capcom at the beginning of this?
No, I don't see anything like that.
You know what I'm thinking. You know what I'm thinking. Dude, this
Monster
looks
Hunter Future or
awesome.
something.
This is my favorite thing they've shown. This looks awesome, bro.
Yeah.
You like dinosaurs?
Dude, this is my favorite.
Second
Extinction.
I like
Dude,
that name.
that was my favorite one. That looked freaking rad.
Oh, here we go. Is it Cyberpunk?
No.
Okay. No, it's Yakuza?
A new one?
Yakuza.
Oh, no way.
I heard Yakuza.
Yeah, I think this might be.
Now, we can't just assume it's Yakuza when it's...
He always believes.
I think this is going to be Yakuza 7.
I heard Yakuza said at the beginning. Or maybe that's just in Japanese, I don't know.
They're trying to trick you. It's just in the universe. It's another judgment. Nope,
Okay.
this is Yakuza.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Oh no. Now we got a quest. Oh hell, okay.
Wait,
Is this
no.
Yeah, I've seen trailers with this guy in it for Yakuza.
Oh, okay.
The guy with the pros.
Was this previously
Oh my
announced, Josh?
What's that?
Was this previously announced?
Yeah, Yakuza 7's been announced. And it's
Okay.
gonna be like,
I didn't know that.
Like a turn-based RPG, which is very different. Like the combat's gonna be totally.
Got that giant enemy crab right there.
Yakuza
it's
like a dragon.
Like a dragon. So it's a spin-off.
No, because well, actually, I don't know that for sure, but I think that they're localizing it here as Yakuza 7. But
Well, then why did they show that at the trailer? Is that?
シリーズの最新作であるヤクザライクアドラゴンを
Launch title, okay.
Launch slate, ooh.
のローンチタイトルとして、そして
I feel like we're gonna have some good launch games with this.
Oh, heck yeah. Between third and first, yeah.
全世界のファンはもちろんですね、初めてこのタイトルを手にする方にも楽しんでいただきたいなというふうに考えております。ゲームの限界に挑戦する龍が如くスタジオの新たなる挑戦をぜひ見届けていただきたいなというふうに
Admittedly, I haven't played any.
考えております。
My friend keeps talking to me as he plays Zero.
ドラゴンをぜひよろし
He's
くお
loving
願い
it.
します。
Me neither, but it looks interesting. I like it.
I hope you all enjoyed this brief peek.
Yeah, so they were talking about that as Yakuza 7, but maybe they're
for
doing it as a
Xbox
spin-off
Series
now.
X.
I'm not sure.
This is just the beginning. And personally, I can't wait to get immersed in these amazing games. But until then, I'm just going to have to live out that fantasy via custom backgrounds in Microsoft Teams. How about I try out a few now? Maybe we'll go into the world of Scarlet Nexus, or maybe I could tear up the streets in Dirt 5, or
everything looks like Cyberpunk.
Quick view of Phil Spencer's Oh, wait a second.
Except that one, dude. That was the most bizarre.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, here we go.
The
Okay.
next Assassin's Creed game.
Oh, this is gonna.
So
I hope this is gonna be
I'm
good.
gonna leave you with the gameplay debut of the highly anticipated Assassin's Creed Valhalla for Xbox
Okay.
Series X.
All
Huge
right, I'm
thanks
ready.
to all of our partners for their hard work during these difficult times.
It's gonna be.
Stay tuned to go behind the scenes with a few of the creators of today's lineup and hear more about their thoughts on the next generation of game development.
This is very brief.
I'll see you later this summer for even more content premieres and announcements from Xbox Game Studios and our partners
very
worldwide.
slow.
Thanks so
Man, I kind of wish they would do a sizzle after this for first party stuff, but oh well. If this is an engine, hang on.
Okay.
I mean, this game is going to look amazing. I don't know if you played Odyssey, but that game was incredible.
Right. If this is an engine, dude, hold on.
Okay. I wanted to
Mofo,
get
that's
back into Assassin's Creed, but
that is not an engine. That's not an engine. No freaking way.
Are you sure?
No, I'm like, I can't believe it's saying that.
That has to be an engine.
Dude. The facials are fine, but the environments and lighting is freaking spectacular.
They're focusing on environments in this, not really character models. All right.
Still looks like a cinematic though. I want to
see
over the shoulder.
But I
could.
No, I think that's legitimate gameplay. I think that's legitimate gameplay. I really do.
I can never trust Ubisoft when it comes to this stuff, but
this is true. This is also very true.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
It seems like it has a very strong vignette to enhance it. So I don't know.
Assassin's Creed series has garnered And today, we get to talk about Assassin's Creed Valhalla with its creative director, Ashraf Ismail, who's joining us from Montreal, Canada. Bienvenue to Inside Xbox.
Hey, Jeff. Pleasure to be here.
I'm so glad that you're here because I'm a
One of the
huge fan of the
15
series.
studios.
After seeing the video that we just saw, I have literally hundreds of questions to ask you. But before we get into Valhalla itself, did I just see new Assassin's Creed gameplay for the first time?
Yeah, absolutely. That was directly from the game in all its Viking Age glory.
Let's talk about the Viking Age because Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Origins, these took place in antiquity. They were sun-drenched Mediterranean places, and this looks very different. It's different time, different place. So what do you have for us with the Viking Age?
Yeah, so the Viking Age, it's named after one of history's most notorious warrior cultures. And this time period is highlighted by the invasion of England by this very large, hungry Viking horde. And at the time, England was a dark age tangle of broken warring kingdoms. So this was an absolutely brutal, pivotal moment in history that gave us the birth of the England we know today. So players can expect to fully live the Viking fantasy in a meticulously crafted journey in an Assassin's Creed world.
All right, so let's get a little bit more into this. There was a lot to take in that clip that we saw. I saw Viking longships. I saw some very mean-looking axes. Previously, we saw a hidden blade. So let's talk about some of the key new features that you're bringing to the table with Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Yeah, so our hero, Eivor, is a Viking raider who's going to leave the snowy mountains of Norway for the lush rolling hills of England, propelled by the goal of settling their people and growing a thriving settlement. Now, England at this time is a hostile place. So to succeed, players will go raiding using their longships and raiding party. They'll assault giant fortifications in epic battles. They'll have to gain alliances with kings and legendary Vikings, and they'll be faced with some very harsh choices as the leader of a community. Along with that, where we've reinvented combat to be visceral, brutal, tons of enemy variety, dual-wielding weapons. We have a new, fresh take on player progression, gear, and weapon systems. We're effectively pushing every single envelope to deliver this incredible Viking fantasy.
All of this is music to my ears. Thank you so much.
Admittedly, they said this already on GameSpot and IGN.
Series X. We're talking about next gen. So
they actually
as
released
a creative
ton of
director,
information.
Creating
yeah, they did.
Epic game.
Yeah.
How do you take advantage of this new hardware?
Well, Assassin's Creed has always been committed to new technologies in order to push the most immersive experiences we possibly can. And so to have something like incredibly fast loading times means that we can remove some of that friction from the immersion and create a game that's much more immersive. Norway and Dark Ages England are breathtaking living worlds. So to be able to push them further to their incredible potential, this is really wonderful for us. It's wonderful for our players. And additionally, I'm very happy to confirm that we are also offering smart delivery, which allows you to purchase the game once and play it on your Xbox One and the Xbox Series X.
That is great news, I think, for all the Assassins fans out there. They'll be able to enjoy it on the hardware they have now, maybe on the hardware that they are looking forward to getting later this year. Thank you so much, Ashraf Ismail, for joining us and for sharing the very first details on Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I cannot wait to see more.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure.
All right.
Don't re-show the cinematic though. That's not what I want to see.
No cinematics, baby. I don't want to see none of that shit.
I mean, they showed a lot of gameplay during this, but
yeah, I'm just done with cinematics at this point.
Somebody in my chat brought up, like, it would be nice to see people, like, sit down and play these. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Like, I would rather have seen just, like, 5 games, like, 10-minute looks, rather than, like, trailers. Yeah.
From Codemasters to talk Dirt 5.
I think we're done with
oh, maybe. Maybe. No, they're probably just going to show B-roll.
I kind of was left speechless, but I'm going to have to get it together here because we're going to dive even deeper into everything. Right now, we have Robert Karp, who is Dirt 5's development director, in the driver's seat to talk about what's next for the series. Robert, how are you?
I'm very well. How are you, Malik?
I'm doing great. Excited to dive into this. Now, Dirt 5, obviously the newest game in the series.
I'm a little bit weary because,
important for racing games. So
FYI,
going in Dirt 5?
Because I watch a lot of Inside Xbox stuff.
New York, then we went to China, then we went
I
to
think they're
Norway.
just gonna have people
We've got
talking
lots
about
more
the stuff.
environments. Each of the environments.
Yeah, I'm sure
After-
if they show anything, I would imagine it's what they already showed during.
Exactly, like they're doing right now. Yeah.
So for New York, for example, you saw us racing over the East River when it was frozen in winter, but you can play in New York in the summer and spring and autumn. There you'll be able to race along Roosevelt Island on a couple of different tracks. That gives you a totally different experience. After that, we go to Brazil. We take in the favelas and Christ the Redeemer. We have tracks in Europe and Italy and Arizona. So there's really a really wide range of tracks with a really colourful and wide different colour palette that offer really interesting different experiences.
Super cool. I'm excited to see all the different locations, as well as how the weather's going to change it.
Yeah. Well, they have their own event next month.
But it is a
so.
racing game after all. So
I didn't know that.
About some of the cars that we're going to be able to jump into.
We have one of the widest ranges of vehicles.
It's actually the same day that EA is having their own thing too. So.
Saw some buggies in China. We also have sprint cars, which are really cool and interesting. They go around ovals. They only turn left. Each of their wheels is like a different size, with the front one at the left the smallest, the back one at the right the biggest. They've got 900 horsepower, and you just basically drift all the way around the oval, kicking up big.
Did you say they only turn left?
Which is really fun.
That's super cool. Of course, everyone's going to be excited
that.
for more, right? More cars, more different types of vehicles. That's pretty cool. Now let's talk about the experience when the players jump into the game. What are some things that veteran Dirt franchise players are going to notice, and what are some things that they're going to notice for the first time ever?
So I think jumping into the career, they're going to notice the kind of agency or the choice of the different events. But some of the new things that are used to the franchise.
If they go into some of the other games like this, I'd be interested, like that Aliens-looking one.
So
they would talk
Yeah.
about what game that actually is, because we actually have no clue if that's like a third person, first person.
And your time of day, how quickly the time changes, and what the weather's going to change. You can play that with your friends. So on launch day, when you get your Xbox Series X home, you boot it up, you invite a few friends over, you can all race together.
That's super exciting. 4-player split screen, something that we always want to see because it's always good to have your friends around and play some games on the couch. So that's pretty cool. Now let's shift gears a bit into the career mode. Obviously, the Dirt franchise known for the career mode and taking you through a bunch of different races. Can you talk a bit about the story there? And I hear Little Birdie has told me that there's a very dynamic duo in the voiceover booth.
Have you guys played Dirt before?
Well.
I've admittedly never touched
There
it.
is a dynamic
duo. No, I have not. I think I did once, but just very briefly.
You'll sign up to real-world sponsors who'll give you rewards and pay you to race for them. And talking you through that will be your mentor. He'll help guide you, give you tips and hints, and that's voiced by Troy Baker.
Greetings.
Oh, of course it is.
And there's really only one person.
It just cuts off. It just cuts off. What was that?
Thrilled to be working with
And of course it's him too.
Playing a very pivotal character, per usual.
We got
also,
the-
you're going to see some pretty recognizable faces in this game, so you don't want to miss
Two most standard.
So as you race,
Nolan North, they gave him so much more screen
time.
That's super exciting because one, I'm excited to jump into the career, but two, I feel like a lot of players are going to be happy about having both Troy Baker and Nolan North in the same video game. So that's going to be pretty exciting.
What game would show
again,
Nolan
we're
North
super
and Troy
happy
Baker?
that
This is the
Dirt
last
5 is part of the reveal of the first gameplay for Xbox Series X. So let's talk about some of the things that we're going to see that are specific to Xbox Series X.
So Dirt 5, you'll be able to play at 4K, 60
Admittedly, there's a part of me that wants to like almost pause this and listen to it after. What did he say?
He said there's a 120 option.
That's where the action's at. On top of that,
Anything vehicle 120.
It's the tech demos of the system.
You can play on Xbox Series X as soon as you get the new console. You buy it on Xbox Series X and you go, you have an Xbox One.
I mean, it is a totally different game, but I wonder if when they show Forza, if that's just going to put this to shame visually speaking.
Lastly, is fast loading. So that means that you get into the game almost instantaneously.
Who knows if PlayStation got Gran Turismo or something like that.
I hope so. I mean, I was a Gran Turismo fan back in the day.
I love everything.
Gran Turismo 3 was like the first PlayStation 2 game I ever played. So
you get in the game. Loading times are a thing that everyone hates, so minimizing that is fantastic. And then you get to choose between 4K 60 and 120 frames per second. So that is pretty cool. Again, Robert, thank you so much for stopping by. I got to say that I probably speak for everyone watching when I say that we're super excited to see
which will be neat
5
if
Xbox
they allow
Series X
people to choose
coming up
that.
this year. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
So it's like,
all right, we've already seen so many games so far, but the train's going to keep rolling, so we're going to throw it over to Katarina, who's with the Bluebird team, to talk about Medium.
Horror games are a fan favorite, and the Medium promises to keep us guessing and our hearts racing. Here to tell us more about the game is Jack, game producer from the Bluebird team. Thank you so much for joining us, Jack.
Hi, hello.
Can you tell us more about this game and the Bluebird's team approach to the psychological horror genre?
In our first psychological horror that was Layers of Fear, the main topic was what can you sacrifice for your family? Can you sacrifice yourself?
They made Layers of Fear.
Or you want to sacrifice yourself for your passion, to fulfill yourself. The second our game it was Observer.
That's a good thing or a bad thing though.
And then the main topic it was if I'm still human, if my mind maybe is digitalized, or if I have robotic parts, where is the line? You know, like in the body horror stuff. And in the Blair Witch, of course there was a witch, there was the
they made the
forest
Blair Witch.
that everyone loved.
That was a very
but
mid
the main
game
topic, the
from what I
psychological
heard.
horror stuff, it was PTSD.
Yeah, I think some people
for
really
the
liked it
medium,
and some
we have like
people
2
didn't.
worlds in our game, love world and spirit world. We play as a medium that can see this both realities, so we can think like somebody can be a good guy, but maybe inside it's not. And when you play as a medium, you have a really unique perspective.
Admittedly,
to find out what is inside of other people and or what happens.
I try not to talk over this, but
For the Medium, we heard that you teamed up with legendary music composer Akira Yamaoka. Can you tell us more about that partnership and how that influenced the game?
Okay.
Yeah, he's the best now, of course, for composing the music for Silent Hill series. And what was most important for us, it was his work on Silent Hill 2, because Silent Hill 2, for most of our team, is the best horror game ever, and it's one of our main references when we think about atmosphere in the medium, because in one way, his music is, heavy, disturbing, oppressive. And in another way, it can be nostalgic, emotional, and melodic. And to pump it up more, we cooperate, Akira, with our composer, Arkadiusz Rejkowski, that create our other scores for our other games, and mix these two approaches together to fill up our two worlds and our different points of view. So it was really, it is and it was really great fun.
This game is really characterized by those two worlds. Can you talk to us more about the story and these two worlds?
So admittedly, I think I'm gonna do something. Because I've seen so many Inside Xboxes and can tell you this is how it's gonna go for the next 17 minutes. And I want to watch this, but on stream, I think I'm gonna dip out to talk with folks about the thing.
And she had some kind of a hint that
I don't know if you guys want to keep watching this. It's cool. I think I want to watch this on my own after.
Yeah, me too.
I'm
probably gonna stop it here.
Then she need to,
Okay.
find out.
I can almost guarantee you this is how it's like. This is what's gonna go down for like the next while.
They're definitely not gonna show anything new.
No. So I'm just gonna pause it here for now, but because I am legitimately interested. I do like hearing people talk about their games and like what they're trying to do with it, but it's just not exactly like the streaming part of it. But that's usually how Inside Xboxes work. They have a big presentation or something, and then they spend the second half of the presentation actually going into detail, which is an interesting format. Instead of like making it forcing people to stay with that game, they move on to the next. So it's like you can pick and choose your battles. So yeah, I have it paused and I'll watch it afterwards. I don't know if you guys want to keep watching it, go for it. Or you could join me in this conversation, but
no, I'm down to keep talking about it if you're talking.
Yeah. Okay.
Or I'll just leave it in the background.
So what the heck, dude? I think we're all in agreement that like we wish we saw more like just 5 games sitting down for 10 minutes demonstrations.
Yeah. That's what deep down I was hoping to get.
Yeah.
Or at least like when they say gameplay, I want to see what I'm going to be seeing on my screen when I'm playing the game. And it's funny, I was thinking the only game I think we saw that in was the very first one, which was developed by one dude. So like all these games with these huge teams, we didn't see anything like that. But
because they got to be cinematic.
The one lone developer pulled through for us.
Now, I don't think I do want to defend. I don't think there was a lot of cinematics per se. There was 2 or 3 of them that were, but I think we saw a lot of things that were in engine. Like the first trailer for the game that they were talking about where we just paused on. They had a cinematic trailer, but then they followed it up with a gameplay trailer. I'm like, okay, at least you did that.
Yeah, I think, and Vampire the Masquerade, I think that we saw what actual gameplay will look like there, but
I think that was a mixture.
Yeah. But like that alien-looking game, I can't remember what it was called.
I don't know.
That cinematic looks spectacular, but I'm skeptical of whether that's in engine or not.
Right, same here. Yeah, if that was an engine, that's insane. But I think that was like that's the only trailer I felt like was very cinematic. But oh man.
But yeah, I agree. It would have been nice to see kind of like, I mean, not at the length that they did it, but what Cyberpunk has been doing now for like a year and a half. They've shown us actual gameplay, and like there are things in those demos that you can see indicate that there's someone actually playing the game with a controller, you know, and that I think, Tony, what you were saying would have been nice to see that here.
This is more flashy approach that I think it's just interesting when you say like first look at Series X gameplay, and that gets people excited to see like what this thing is capable of and stuff. And maybe that's not for everybody. Like it could just be because we're cynics, you know, or something, and like we just want to see more in-depth looks rather than like a trailer. But trailers are flashy. They're neat.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, and
well, there you go. That's it.
Yeah. I think like I would like it if they're gonna say gameplay, like don't just show us like very I don't know what the word is, not tailored, but I feel like they poured over each second of footage in this, and they wanted to make sure it was as polished as possible. And not that the gameplay is going to necessarily be rough, but just show me something that is more improvised than so handcrafted than these. Like that to me isn't gameplay. It's still cinematic, and yeah, I feel like the first trailer we saw for that single guy developed game, and then Vampire the Masquerade. Can't really think of anything else where we saw stuff that kind of fit the description I just gave, but
I will say, actually, Matt, you have something to try because me and Josh been going on.
You know, just kind of like I was deep down expecting more because that's what I wanted. You know, sometimes what I want is sometimes what I expect, and that ruins my expectations. Sometimes I can admit, but you know, I get why it was short. I mean, of course, that's obvious why that was short, but I just wanted to see, like, can you play the game? I want to see how a game plays. Is that too much to ask? Because that's all I want to see.
There's 2 comments here. One, to the short thing, somebody just told me in my chat, the event just ended. So, okay.
Yeah.
And 2, there was somebody earlier that, in my opinion, I both like agree and disagree. Somebody was saying like, this is this is stupid. Nothing like what they would show at E3. E3's got a lot of just trailers too.
Oh, I mean, E3. Yeah. Come on.
I mean, sometimes they go into detail, but not all the time. I would say almost any showcase, they just mostly do trailers, but sometimes they showcase.
95% of E3 is just cinematic trailers, pretty much.
Yeah, this kind of felt in line with what you see at like the Game Awards, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like it was kind of
world premiere.
World premiere. I wish I had the guy doing it because that makes it so much better.
That would have made it so much better.
Yeah.
On this meme standpoint.
It was cool to see a bunch of new IP that I'd never
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's neat.
That's what I wanted to say is like, I'm happy with just on a game, like ignoring that this is supposed to be Xbox Series X gameplay, like our first look at it, ignoring that, this was a neat showcase of some new games coming. I will say that. Like I liked seeing some of the games that we're getting. Like, to me, the number one freaking standout that I am actually wanting to know way more about is that Dino game, dude. That shit looked awesome.
Dino.
I'm telling you, man, dinosaurs are so underrepresented. We need more dinosaurs out there.
Okay.
Well, I just love the idea that, like, because, you know, if you just slay them with your swords and shields, it'd be like, you know, we've done this before, but just people using straight up military weapons on them, that looks awesome. Like, and it actually looked really good too, like visually. That game actually looked really good. That was my standout. I don't know if anybody else has a standout. How about that? Like, let's all share. Like, what was our favorite standout? That's like to you guys and the chat.
I mean, for me, the game, I wouldn't call it my standout, but I will say the game I'm looking forward to the most is Assassin's Creed Valhalla, just because Assassin's Creed Odyssey is one of my favorite games of the last generation. But the one that surprised me most, man. It's kind of hard for me to pick one.
I see Lil Willie say that weird alien game. What was that called? Scorn?
Yeah, Scorn.
Scorn.
I would say that one has me the most intrigued. I think it
intrigued.
Had the best. I think it had the best visuals and the. But again, we don't know if that's a first-person game, a third-person game. Literally, that's so.
Nothing.
When they say we're going to show you gameplay, it's like it. I want it to at least give me an idea of what the game is going to be. We really don't know, other than that game has a cool aesthetic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say that one definitely had the most weird, like, grab.
Aesthetic, yeah.
Almost like the tease for Sekiro, I think. Like you're just like, what is this kind of a thing? Like, I think it has that similar vibe, but in a much more weird way. What were you going to say, Matt?
I'm really interested in that Bandai Namco game.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a really interesting look, that Astral Chain looking thing, whatever. I forget the name of it already, dang it. Scorn looks really, really cool. That Top Town game, like The Ascent, I think that's what it was called. That was really interesting too. I just think a lot of cool launch games are going to be coming to the Series X, because I think
that's
all of
what I really
like.
Yeah.
Like first 6 months. And I really, that Yakuza game looks very, very interesting too. I wonder what's up with that. And you know, I think the stuff they showed was really cool, but I just like deep down wish there was more, but I understand why.
Yeah. I think that what was it? That Bondi game is probably my runner-up. I don't think I'll get it, but it's like, it actually looks really cool. But the Ascend one, that one in particular, that one really caught my eye most in terms of lighting. I really like that one in terms of lighting. Because just the blooms and the floor. I was freaking out about the floor. Look at the floor, man. It's got so much
floor
texture.
is floor.
But yeah, that first game they showed, that's probably the most like, that's what you were saying, Josh. That first game was the only one that like we felt like we're just looking at straight up gameplay without cutting away. I think everything else we did see gameplay, but that was just the only one that felt like, you know, potentially this is what you can experience over the course of 1 minute.
Yeah, and I actually got a really good idea for like what that game. I mean, at first it looked similar. I don't know.
It's a first-person action,
kind of generic first-person shooter. But then he busted out like a sword, and you were fighting like samurai knight-looking dudes. Couldn't tell if it was in the future or the past. Like, I'm actually pretty intrigued by that. I am skeptical though if one guy is putting it together. That it.
That's an interesting thing. Like, there's a lot of stuff blowing in the wind and stuff too. It's a visually like stimulating game. How is that being made by one guy? That doesn't make any sense. I'm putting up B-roll of it right now, and I'm just like looking at it. How I don't understand.
I don't know.
It's so cool though.
Talented guys out there, but
I would have laughed if it was Cyberpunk though. Like, this is the kind of shit. This seems too different from Cyberpunk. This seems way too different. That game was cool. That was probably the game that was the happiest with how it was presented. I will say that.
Yeah, it gave me a good first person, like, oh, this is going to be good, but like, no.
Bright Memory or Bright Infinite Memory. Bright Memory Infinite. It's one of those.
Infinite.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. This is going to be 2 infinites.
2 infinites.
Halo Infinite in this one.
I'm a little bit disappointed that the EA one, like, even though I'm not a sports fan, I kind of wish that they showed Madden 21 a little bit, because I don't care about sports games. I really don't care about sports games, but it still would have been a neat thing to showcase kind of everything in this. You know, here's your shooter, here's your racer, here's your sport, here's maybe an RPG or something, here's a cinematic, but like story-driven thing. Like it would have been neat to throw that in for, like, you know, here's a good-looking sports game. I like, presentation-wise, would have understood.
I agree. I was gonna bring up when we were watching it. I remember back when the 360 got revealed and they showed NBA 2K, whatever it was at that time, and I was like blown away by how good it looked. And I feel like sports games have always done that. Like when they show the next gen sports game, it's like, that's because they focus so much on those character models that they just look amazing. And I didn't see that with Madden, which was a little disappointing.
Yeah.
Or, you know, when they show FIFA, I'm guessing that game is going to look spectacular. So I'm looking forward to stuff like that.
Yeah, FIFA tends to. Admittedly, I think FIFA games look a little bit better than the Madden ones. I'm with you, Matt. I think that this is going to have a pretty big launch setup. I really do.
Well, and I think the other reason is because these games are not exclusive to the Xbox Series X. So,
yeah, correct.
For that reason, I mean, I would hope that the Series X and the PlayStation 5, if it does the same thing, which I don't think it will, but I hope that the Series X has a huge launch lineup compared to past launch lineups, because most of the time it's not a whole lot of games.
This is something interesting I'm noticing as I'm like kind of skimming through. There was 2 games that had Game Pass at the beginning of it, which really intrigues me. Like, you know, we saw smart delivery now and then almost on everything. But there was this one that was like a first person. I was saying like, oh, visually this one looks good, where it's like a girl talking and she's kind of going through jungles and stuff. That one, it's like, it says smart delivery and Game Pass. I'm like, it's interesting to hear that any of these would just get a Game Pass deal when they're not a first party. But I wonder if that means like at launch, or is that a second party? You know what I mean? Like, it just kind of catches my eye, whatever that means.
Yeah. So I admittedly, like, I'm much more of a PlayStation gamer, and I do have Game Pass and I've hopped on it, but I haven't seen, is there there's really no rhyme or reason to what third-party games show up on Game Pass, is there?
Not really. No. I have Game Pass, and there's kind of like just a random selection of games. Like,
I got
Halo, Combat Evolved on there. Not Combat Evolved. Halo, Master Chief Collection, and
anything first party is on there. Yeah.
And Kingdom Hearts 3 is on there now. I think they put that on there. And I think like some like Mad Max is on there too. Some Gears. It's kind of like all over the place.
I got a friend that's 2 friends actually, that they want to get Doom Eternal, but they see that Doom 2016 is on there, so they're waiting to see. I'm like, you never know though. It could be 3 months from now. It could be 3 years from now.
I mean, Game Pass is kind of like the ultimate deal when it comes to games. They got it down pat.
I never feel the need to buy games anymore because I have that, truly.
Exactly.
But
the other game I'm looking at that I forgot about, so I don't know what that says about the game, but Chorus, which is that like the space flight / control looking game.
Oh, yeah,
control in space.
Yeah, I do think that looks cool. I mean, it's been a long time since I've played a good like space combat sim. I know that they're out there. I probably just haven't played the good ones, but I feel like we haven't gotten a good like space dogfighting, firefight type game. So that did catch my interest for that reason.
And see, this kind of like, I agree. It could be a really neat space dogfighting game. I'm looking at gameplay of it right now. I'm a little bit. I wonder if it's going to be kind of somewhat scripted. No, actually, okay. I'm looking at it now, and I'm not quite sure. You know, like how Star Fox 64, you are following a route with that, but then there's
like
games
rails.
like, yeah, that's the term, on rails. There you go. So I wonder if it's going to be on rails or not, but that could have been a neat game to showcase. Oh, that goes back to our previous conversation. Like, you know, if just somebody's piloting and then all of a sudden you see them like they're warping to another galaxy, but it's only like a 2-second warp kind of a thing. And it's like, bruh.
Yeah, exactly.
That would have been a great example of loading. So
They better show like actual gameplay during the PlayStation thing, because they're always talking about, oh, this thing's gonna enhance gameplay like this and the load time, stuff like that. They need to show that. They need to show that, because I won't believe it until I see it. And so if they do this all cinematic thing too with these, I'm like,
I get the feeling they'll do the same thing, and again, that's just because I'm defending that. I personally don't feel that none of this was necessarily to me. A cinematic trailer is Elden Ring, is the first Assassin's Creed Valhalla, is the like those trailers that is it's clearly a pre-made cinematic, but a trailer that mixes in gameplay with cinematics, I'm cool with that. And I think that PlayStation will do the same thing. Truly, I don't think anybody's gonna just straight up, especially this one, like. If it didn't happen here, I feel like nobody's going to be like, here's a 10-minute demo of what a PlayStation 5 Series X game is going to be. I don't expect to see anybody do that.
I mean, like, they at least show one. All I need is just one game to show how it works. And
Heck yeah. Fine. And I was really hoping that was going to be Assassin's Creed during this. I was really hoping that's what that was going to do.
Yeah. So, one other game I don't want to forget, I was looking kind of at the rundown on IGN here, but Call of the Sea. Which was that, like, it kind of has that kind of cartoony graphic style that makes me think they're making this to run on just about anything. But it looked like that's right up my alley, totally my style of game, where you're exploring this island world and you get to go, underwater, and just it basically looks like a exploration-based adventure game, which I think looks cool.
I almost feel like it's going to be a bit more of a maybe adventure, but also. I don't know. I'm like looking at the B-roll of it now and curious if it's going to be kind of like linear or maybe like a Metrovania or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I would prefer that too. It could be anything like that, or it could be like a Firewatch style game, which...
yeah. Oh, I could picture that totally, like a Firewatch game, yeah. Because that game was sort of open world.
Yeah. So that could be cool. But yeah, I'm kind of, as I try to think back without looking at the coverage online, I'm having trouble remembering some of the games they covered. And again, I don't know what that says about the games themselves, but
yeah. Here's a good.
I gotta go because I got some school stuff to take care of. So nice
go for
hanging out with you guys, and hope to chat with you guys soon. Just gotta go here.
No, thank you, Matt.
All right.
Yeah,
see you guys later.
Have a good one.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, that was. I don't want to say I was disappointed. I feel disappointed, but I want to also be glad that we actually got something.
Yeah, seriously. And in these times, it's good to be grateful for what you can get. Yeah, I kind of feel that same way. Like I feel disappointed, but don't think I should be, kind of a thing. Like it's like a conflicted emotion, but this was not the the Mark Cerny PowerPoint, like this. Yeah. At least this one we actually got to see some stuff, and it was put together, and this was for the consumers. It was.
Yeah, that is a fantastic point. Like if I was complaining about this, I would want somebody to be like, "Yo, like we didn't get the Mark Cerny thing all over again." So be glad about that.
Yeah. I do see somebody, because I'm still streaming, I see like, well, they said they were doing month to month. They just haven't said anything about a June event. Yeah, I don't know if you heard about that, Josh, but like Xbox is saying, because transparency galore, they're like, yeah, we hope to update you guys every month. I'm like, excuse me?
I did think, that did occur to me as they were going over their schedule for Halo. They said we'll show more in July, and I'm like, well, what about June? One thing I'm wondering if they're...
now, I want to point out they didn't say Halo specifically. They said their first parties, you can expect stuff in July.
So I thought remember when at the very beginning the guy put on the Halo helmet and they're like, oh yeah, we forgot about Halo.
Yeah.
I thought that they said that they were going to show more Halo in July, but I could be wrong.
Maybe. That was that part I admit, being with you guys slightly distracted me. Buy game once. I do like that they were showing, I'm like scrolling through, I do like that they showed the with smart delivery. But yeah, there's a part of me that's kind of hoping that, because I really was hoping to see Halo in this thing. If you're gonna, because my selling point, I was talking on Twitch last week about this, and I was like, if you're gonna demonstrate what the Series X can do to sell that system, it's gotta really showcase Halo Infinite, because that is your big marketed first-person title that you can only get on the Xbox platform. And they invested a bunch of money in it too. And so it's like, when they show that game, they really got to go into detail with it. Like, that is a 10-minute presentation, because that's what's going to sell the system hardcore, at least to some or whatever. So it can't be handled in this way.
I agree. And I guess you could say the same about Hellblade 2, but like Halo Infinite, as far as I know, is like the first game that we know about that is being developed. Like, it's hard to say this gen, to say it's being developed specifically for next gen, but that is an Xbox Series X game in my mind, even though you're going to play it on Xbox One. And so I do think that when they show that, I agree, that's going to be the benchmark. It's like, okay, this is what next gen looks like. Got it.
Yeah.
So it better look spectacular. And I think it will. I think Microsoft knows that they got to knock that one out of the park.
Is there anything visually here that you thought kind of, we talked about like the standouts, was there anything that you're just like, if that's what this game is like or looks like, that's really impressive? Like, was there any game that did that for you?
Yeah, 2 actually. Two I thought had really amazing looking trailers. One was I forget the name of it again, the alien looking game. What was that? Scorn? Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
But
sure.
Yeah, I thought that the lighting in that, kind of the way the visuals looked almost like painted or drawn, like, but they at the same time somehow looked like graphics. I thought that looked really good, and if that was done in engine, I'm impressed. And then the other one was that the Silent Hill, the one where they talked about the composer and like how they brought in the Silent Hill composer, again, not remembering the name of that game. The one that was developed by the Blair Witch
yes
developers. Man, I should have brought a list of the
was
games.
that was they said that's the same people as the Blair Witch people?
I thought someone mentioned that. Maybe I'm wrong.
That'd be interesting.
But they definitely developed Layers of Fear, which technically speaking, that's not an impressive game. I know a lot of people like that game though. But I thought that the cinematic looked great. Like
cinematic was really good.
Like her face looked really good. Her hair looked great. The environments looked good. So again, if that's in game or in engine, like, I'm impressed. It looks good.
Yeah.
I do think that Assassin's Creed looks incredible, but again, like, that game has more people working on it than probably all the other games in this presentation combined. So it better look good,
I think if that was Medium, the horror game we're talking about, I do appreciate that they showed the stuff afterwards. Like, I think the first thing was a cinematic trailer, but then afterwards they did show gameplay. At least that's what they're saying, and the gameplay looks pretty good. There's a moment that you see her face, and it's kind of meh, but everything outside of that looks really good.
Yeah. What about you? Is there something that stood out?
Demonstration-wise, it's those floors, man.
I mean, the lighting did look great in that.
I forgot what it's called, but yeah, that over the top, but top down. I just thought like the light blooms in that and the textures on the environments looked really good. The character models not so much, but I thought like the environment and the world and the lighting, like that stuff looked really good in that trailer. And like that's probably the standout to me in terms of like just impressing me. And that's something.
What type of game that was? Like at first I was like, oh, maybe it's a strategy, but then the more I watched it, it looked like more like Diablo set in the future with aliens.
I'm trying to figure out what this genre is called. I feel like it's top-down action or something, but that's exactly. It does seem like it's a Diablo style thing or Gauntlet and whatnot. Minecraft Dungeons coming soon. But this is like a shooter with detailed floors, so that's just gonna be my running joke for the next month.
The floors. It's awesome.
I do, yeah. I think that's the first one that comes to mind. That like, because I felt like that was actually I'm looking at the game too. Like, there's other ones cinematic wise. I'm like, yeah, this looks like that's the best, but in terms of like feeling like this is in game, that's the one that definitely made me feel the most. Ooh ah.
Yeah.
I need to look at that dinosaur one again though. Yeah, the dinosaur one looks good. Yeah, it looks good, but it doesn't necessarily look a lot better than other things out there. I just like the concept of that one, but that's more so like on the personal stuff. But visual fidelity, I'd say that top-down one.
I thought it looked actually pretty good. You know, I mean, if anything showed like a lot of, you know, character models on the screen, I think that might have been the game.
Yeah, it did. I'm like looking at B-roll now, and yeah, there's a shot where there's like 20 dinosaurs running at these guys. And who knows the scale of that world too? Is that an open world? Who knows? But yeah.
Yeah. And it's developed by Avalanche, and they do know their, you know. Well,
did they do Tomb Raider? Avalanche did something. No, that's Just Cause. That's Just Cause, right? Just Cause 2 and 3.
Just Cause. And they did Rage 2, which I played. I wasn't really into Rage 2, but Just Cause is cool, and they definitely know their over-the-top action. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking at it now. That could be cool. I wonder if it'll. Did they say if this was exclusively a multiplayer game?
I don't think so. It probably is, though. It's probably meant to be. You can probably play it solo. It's just not as fun. All right. Well,
but
that's I think I'm gonna. Go ahead.
Before you go, the one other thing I want to mention is they didn't say Xbox 2020 anywhere in this, which I thought was weird. But like that's what they branded their presentations, their monthly presentations as Xbox 2020. If you read like the articles that were written up, but I didn't see that anywhere here, so that was kind of weird.
Sorry, wait. You're saying none of the release dates said?
No. So if you read like the write-ups for this event, like from last week, Xbox came out and said we're going to call these things Xbox 2020, but this was. That was branded nowhere here. I just thought that was interesting. It doesn't have any.
I think that's just more so the name of their marketing plan or something. Yeah. But I get what you mean. Xbox 2020 is like their Jeff Keighley's Summer Game Fest situation.
Yeah.
God, I'm looking at the B-roll of this anime one, and I like that one too. Okay.
Anyways.
Yeah. I think I'm going to chat with my chat for a bit. But
cool.
I appreciate it, getting your thoughts.
Yeah,
as usual.
Hello, Samurai KBG chat. I didn't say hello to you guys, but thanks for listening to me blabber on for a little while.
Yes, we're happy to have you always, dude. Everybody, he just made an amazing Cyberpunk 2077 preview that has over 1 million freaking views. It's awesome. You should go check it out. It's a long one, but it's long for a good reason. So
yeah, if you're starving for Cyberpunk news, I would recommend you go and watch it. I would very much appreciate it. Thanks for giving me a plug. And yeah, man, anytime you want to have me on, let me know. I'm always down.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you, Josh.
All right, yeah, and we'll chat later.
Okay, peace.
All right, bye.
Okay, so I thought I'd just talk with you guys for a moment before we wrap up here. I know this was very different. I don't usually have folks onto my streams like this. We thought we'd just try it out, you know, just low-key Matt, the other person that was here beforehand. I'll actually type in his name too, if you want to check him out. Low-key Matt and Quest Mode are the two people I had on today. And Matt reached out to both of us and was like, hey, you guys want to get on a Discord call while we watch this? And so we did. And I was a bit hesitant. Our patron Discord, I was talking about it with them. I was pretty hesitant for the reasons that happened here. I wasn't as talking with the chat as usual. But you got to hear more commentary than usual as well. So, but I appreciate you guys being with that for a little bit, but let me spend like just 5 or 10 minutes here just skimming the chat, what you guys thought. I do want to say I saw All Might's comments. I strongly disagree with All Might, which sounds weird on paper to say, but I definitely don't think this was meant to be like, I don't think E3 has super duper in-depth looks. They do after the shows, okay? They do after the show. But during E3 presentations, they usually just show a trailer and talk about the game and move on. After the show, that's when they get interviewed by IGN, GameSpot, and they show more in-depth looks at the game. For Smash, same thing. They show a Smash trailer, and then afterwards, they'll have a Nintendo Treehouse showcasing that gameplay. That's how E3 works. And this is very much like the presentations. So in my opinion, I strongly disagree with that statement. I do wish that we got a bit more walkthroughs though. But anyways, and I saw, I don't know, there's a lot of things I saw, but let me just kind of skim here to see what you guys are saying. Lil Willy is the next Xbox event in July. That's what they're saying, but they also are saying they want to have an event every month. So I don't know. They said they want to have an event every month, but the next one is July. At least that's the only one we are aware of. They could surprise us out of nowhere in June, but they said the July one, by the way, that's when they are going to focus on their first parties. Okay. You didn't see Halo here. You didn't see Hellblade. You didn't see the rumored Fable reboot or whatever, or Perfect Dark reboot. You didn't see that stuff here because they want to showcase, and I kind of like this idea, they want to focus on nothing but their first party stuff for this July show. That would have been their E3 show. And then that's going to be really exciting. We're definitely going to build that shit up because that's going to be all those first parties that they bought paying off. So we'll see. I see Simon trying to hit that. Yes, I really love the anime game one. Dude, that anime game one, I thought that looked really cool. I gotta be honest. I thought that was really cool. Like visually and style. I want to kind of know more about it. I probably won't get it, but it just looked really cool. That's something I'm curious to find out more about. So we are waiting until July for Halo Infinite. Lil Willy, they just haven't said anything about a June event. That's what I'm saying. Shinobo and Lil Willy. June could, all I'm saying is could. It could potentially be a time where they have a Halo focused event. I'm just saying. I don't think that'll happen, but they could just have a Halo focused event. We'll see. I don't think they'll do that, but I would freaking love that because they need to start the marketing of that game already. If it's going to launch in November, they have like 6 months, 5 months of marketing. That's insane. Byax, no, you shouldn't be disappointed. Kibiji, we have Summers Fest. Yeah, well, Summers Fest is the entire summer, so it's not. Yeah, that's just throughout the entire. By the way, best girl. Where is she? Best girl. I just saw her pop up. And right there. Best girl. Okay. Let's see. Did they say Xbox on theaters scorn? Okay, so I asked this to you quick. I asked a question to you guys earlier, and I was kind of like looking at this, but it looked like, yeah, Scorn. Assassin's Creed was stunning. Yeah, let me put on Assassin's Creed again because I think lighting-wise, that's the big thing. And I knew visually we wouldn't really be impressed by anything here. It's just the ray tracing and lighting-wise that things could be crazy. Like that shot right there, the particles and the fire glow there, like it definitely doesn't look as good as the cinematic. And I don't know, like I think this shot looks really freaking good. I do feel like they are adding a bit of a vignette to it. Something about this does look like it's a little bit polished. But that shot, the eagle, this shot, that's the best shot in this whole trailer. This boat part, this is the best freaking part. Anyways. A lot of people I see him saying Scorn. Well, Simon says the medium. Does look really good. Another for Assassin's Creed. Bikes. Mine is the one low key Matt mentioned. The Bondi game. Yeah, that Bondi game was. Well, when I asked that question earlier, I was more so talking about like the visually stuff, but I don't think that one really showcased how visually. I mean, the animations look really good. Those floors, man. I'm going to stick it. So we do have, by the way, a quick plug-in. If you want to join me later on today at 3:30 p.m., we're going to do another Twitch stream, though. I'm on Twitch twice a week now. If you want to just generally hang out with me, I do that every week. And yeah, later on today at 3:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I will be on Twitch for 2 hours. So you can join me for that too. Or we could talk about this more. But that might be a running joke. That's all I was getting at. It's just those floors, man. Those floors are mighty impressive. I see Lil. Wait, that game is Floor Gang. Oh, Jurassic Park. Yeah, that was my favorite. 100% that dinosaur game. That is my favorite that we saw. It's just me a keyboard sound mesmerizing. You gotta release that. They're splitting what E3. Wait, Shindaboop. You gotta realize that they are splitting what E3 usually is into like 6 months. Yeah, they totally are. They totally are, and that's why I like E3 because it's just one big jizz fest, you know, of nonstop trailers, news, gameplay, extended looks. Like I like that, but this is fine. Jay Baker says, I want to try Scarlett Nexus. It looks like a fun game, and that's the only game I see I want. That game looked interesting. I kind of want to see more of it. I'll tell you what, man. They started off with a banger, though. This is still, in my opinion, the best look at any of the games, because this just showcased how you can expect to play the game and what it looks like. This was the best one, at least in my opinion. Like, disagree with me, that's fine, but I think this is what me, Matt, and Quest Mode, like, we all wanted to see, is just looks like this. Like, this is what you can expect to see on Series X. Lil Willie, what was the event that is supposed to replace E3? Saw it on Twitter somewhere. There's a bunch, Lil Willie, there's a bunch, but just IGN, GameSpot, and Jeff Keighley, they all have, like, numerous throughout the entire summer. They're just basically covering, they have a bunch of publishers that they are going to be getting interviews with. So it's not necessarily just one event. It's kind of like a summer of various events. But I would say go to like Summer Game Fest and you should see like a calendar that highlights everything that you can expect to see. That's how I know, actually, from that website. I found it from that website. There's a Cyberpunk event next month and there's an EA Play next month. So look good. Healing Arts Style 2. Yeah, I was really hoping that Assassin's Creed 1, I was really hoping that we would get a much better look at this, I have to say. It's the most mainstream game that they showed here, but I really wish that they showed an extended look. Like, show us like a 5-minute demo. Like, do this, show visuals, but then next 4 minutes, you just see nothing but gameplay of him scaling walls or whatever. I wish they did that. I really did. Dotpot, if that really is from the one guy, that's incredible. That really is. I don't know how that's possible. It showed what we wanted with all games, full on gameplay. And that's what I mean. Like, that's why I'm saying I don't think this was cinematic. This was trailer. There's a difference between gameplay look or something and a trailer. There's a difference between those two. But there is a difference between a cinematic trailer and a gameplay trailer. And I think we did get a lot of gameplay trailers in this. So, anyways, folks, I think I'm going to wrap up here. And I appreciate you coming, and hope you will join me on either Patreon, where you can chat with me on Discord about this stuff, or Twitch later on today at 3:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We can talk about this more. Maybe I'll play some Master Chief Collection if you'd like to play with me. That'd be cool. I'm undecided what game, but yeah. You can join me on Twitch later, or consider supporting the channel on Patreon in the links in the description. And you could join us on Discord and our exclusive live stream that we'll have later on this month. Thank you guys so much for coming. And let me know what you thought of the Series X gameplay. Feel free to tweet me, too. All right. Love you. Bye.